my channel. So today our topic is dew point and humidity. We all have seen dew in winters, right? Early morning when we see there are water droplets on the cold surfaces, like we can say our car, on the glasses, okay? So today we are going to study the formation of dew. How is it formed, okay? And see, when we take out the cold bottle from the refrigerator, after some time what we see? We see the water droplets are formed on the outer surface of the cold bottle. How is that formation? Okay. In winters, what observation we have when we see the aeroplane? At the back of the aeroplane, we see that white trail. How is it formed? All these are the formation of dew. Okay. To understand dew, first we are going to understand what is humidity. Okay. See, the humidity is what? 71% of the earth is covered with water. Okay. And the water is constantly evaporating to water vapors. Fine. So the water vapors in the air makes the air moist. Water vapor makes the air moist. This makes air okay, and this moisture in the air is called as humidity. Humidity is nothing but moisture in the air. So we see what the coastal areas has got maximum humidity because the water is constantly evaporating. So the air at the coastal areas are too much moist. So the humidity is more there. Now what happens is, when do I say the air is saturated with water vapors? Okay, I am considering a given volume of air. How do I say that the air is saturated with water vapor? By saturation, I mean saturated air means it's having the maximum water vapors. It's holding the maximum water vapors. That is saturated air. So unsaturated means what? Unsaturated means it can hold more water vapors. Can hold more water vapors. Okay. So now, how many water vapors I need to make an air saturated depends upon what? See, to make the air saturated with water vapors, the amount of water vapors depends upon the temperature. Temperature plays the key role. This depends upon temperature. Now, how it depends? See, I have higher temperature. More the temperature, it can hold more water vapors. Can hold more water vapors. Less the temperature, it can hold less water vapors. So everything depends upon temperature. See, now what is this effect of humidity? The effect of humidity is that we have the formation of dew and fog. How is the dew and fog formed? How is the dew and fog formed? See, during the daytime when the temperature is high, whenever the temperature is high, the capacity of the air to hold the water vapors is more. So at the daytime, it's holding more water vapors. But during the night time, when the temperature is becoming less, that time the air cannot hold that many water vapors which it was holding during the daytime. So when there is a point at which the water vapor starts condensing to water droplets. That's how the dew is formed. Dew is formed when the water vapors are getting condensed on cool surfaces. And fog is formed when the water vapors are getting condensed on the dust particles. Okay, see, there is this dew point. So what do I mean by the word dew point? I have an air which is unsaturated with water vapors. Unsaturated air. Okay, that means what? It can hold more water vapors. So if I reduce the temperature of an unsaturated air, decrease its temperature. Okay? So a temperature would arrive for which the air is saturated with water vapors. Okay? So temperature arises for which air is saturated with water vapors. So see, if I reduce the temperature more, it cannot hold that many water vapors and it starts getting condensed to water droplets. So when the dew is formed, it's what's the reason? Because the temperature has gone below the dew point. And what is the dew point? Dew point is nothing but when you reduce the temperature of an unsaturated air, the temperature arises for which the air is saturated with water vapors. Whenever the temperature goes below dew point, the water vapors starts getting condensed to water droplets. Or if it's getting condensed on the dust particles, that time we call it fog formation. Okay? So what's the reason why we see a white trail at the back of the aeroplane? So our question is, why do we see the white trail? Why do white trail at the back of the aeroplane in winters? See, in winters basically what happens, whenever the temperature of the air is low, okay, and the water vapors released by the aeroplane starts getting condensed to water droplets. Okay, that's how we see the formation of the white trail. Why it's getting condensed to water vapors, water droplets? Because the temperature is low. See, whenever something is of the higher temperature and the temperature reduces, decrease in temperature causes condensation. Condensation of what? It causes condensation of water vapors to water droplets. We always have to remember this. So the dew point is applied at where when we see the white trail at the back of the aeroplane. Okay, so next, can I take a question like, how do we see the formation of water droplets around the bottle, water bottle taken out of the refrigerator? Okay, so my question is, water droplets on bottle, or I can say on refrigerator bottle. Okay, how do I get? See, I have a water bottle in the freezer. The temperature of the freezer is below 0 degrees Celsius, right? So it's at a lower temperature. When I take it out and I'm putting it on my table, so this is my bottle. Fine. This is at the lower temperature. Bottle is at the lower temperature. And the air around it, suppose I'm considering this much part, this is at the higher temperature. There would be heat exchange, right? the water bottle would start absorbing the heat from its surrounding. So this temperature reduces, right? After some time, surrounding temperature decreases. So what is happening after the temperature decreases? Before it was holding more water vapors because the temperature was high. Now its temperature has decreased. So now it cannot hold as many water vapors, right? Now it cannot hold more water vapors. As many water vapors it was holding before. So what it does, few water vapors starts getting condensed to water droplets on the bottom, and we start seeing water droplets on the bottom. Okay, understood? What is it? Whenever you take out the bottle from the freezer, the air around the bottles become cooler. Okay, so the temperature reduces. Whenever there is decrease in the temperature, the water vapor in the air starts getting condensed to the water droplets because of the decrease in the temperature. Its capacity. See, one thumb rule we have to remember is more the temperature decides, more is the capacity to hold water vapor. Less the temperature, less capacity. This is the thumb rule. Okay? So now can you tell me, if I'm coming from outside in the early morning, okay, winter mornings are there, and I'm coming from outside to a warm room, what would happen to my specs? Okay, what we see is after some times the specs get steam up. That is nothing but water droplets on the steam. Why that is happening? See, when you were outside, the temperature was less. So my specs have become cool. Okay. When I'm coming in a warm room, the air around the specs become cooler. Right? And its capacity to hold the water vapor reduces. So the water vapor starts getting condensed on my specs. Okay, that's the reason. Can I take another example? See, this is general observation. I am not going to provide heat to the ice cubes in a beaker. This is my ice cube. This is my beaker and these are my ice cubes. What we are going to see after some time, we see that water droplets are formed at the beaker, right? How is that formation of water droplet? Why is this formation of water droplets around the beaker happens? Again, that is due to dew formation. How is that dew forming? See, when we have the ice in the beaker, it starts absorbing heat from its surrounding. Okay, and it starts melting. So basically it's absorbing heat from here. It even absorbs heat from the beaker itself. So absorbs heat from the surrounding. When it absorbs heat from surrounding, the temperature of the surrounding becomes less, right? So that means this air around the beaker is become now cooler. Whenever something cools down, that means the temperature has reduced. So its capacity to hold the water vapors it was holding before has become now less. So water vapor starts getting condensed to water droplets. Okay, because the ice cubes have absorbed the heat from its surrounding air has become now cooler. Whenever it becomes cool, the temperature has decreased. the temperature has decreased, so its capacity to hold the water vapors has decreased. So water vapor starts getting condensed to water droplets and we get formation of the water droplets. Okay, so we basically are seeing dew point. We have seen dew point since our childhood. So it's just that what physics has applied for the dew point, we are studying that. Okay, so I was going to discuss about now relative humidity. Now what do I mean by relative humidity? See, there's a specific formula for it, and how I'm going to remember that formula. Let me take a given volume of water, air, and specific at a temperature. Given volume of air at a particular temperature. This is fixed. So I define the relative humidity to be number of water vapors present to what? To the water vapors required to saturate the air. Required water vapors to saturate the air. I can say given volume of air at a particular temperature. So if I have 60 grams of water vapors present, okay, and the required water vapors to saturate the air is 100 grams. So what my relative humidity would be? 60 upon 100 into 100. This relative humidity is the percentage multiplied by 100. So basically I get 60% is the relative humidity. Okay, by using the relative humidity, how can I define whether the air is saturated with water vapors or no? Whenever the relative humidity is 100%, that means the air is saturated with water vapor. Means what? The number of water vapors present is equals to the required water vapors to saturate the air. Okay? Now, okay, so this is what is given in your textbook and this topic gets over here. Okay, one more thing I wanted to discuss is, have you ever observed why we get severe burns when we come in contact with the steam compared to the boiling point? Have you ever observed why severe burns happen with steam compared to what? I'm comparing it to boiling water. We all have come across this. We all must have got hurt with the steam or boiling water. But the burns are severe with the steam. Why? See, the reason behind is steam has got more energy. Now you must be wondering why the steam has got more energy. See, how is the formation of steam? Steam happens, or the formation of steam happens when the boiling water gets converted to the steam, right? Water vapors, right? So basically for the formation of steam, we use the latent heat of vaporization, right? Latent heat of vaporization is there, right? What energy we have utilized? Latent heat of vaporization. So steam is carrying this extra energy, which is around 540 calories. Okay? So now when you come in contact with the steam, what is going to happen? Energy is going to get transferred from the steam to my hand, right? So it is going to give out that much amount of energy which it has. So that's why the burns are severe when you come in contact with the steam, okay? Because it's carrying this 540 calories of extra heat in it compared to the boiling water. Now boiling water has got less amount of heat. So when you come in contact with the boiling water, energy transfers from the boiling water to my hand, but it is less. So we don't get severe burns with it. Okay. Okay, Okay, what is the calorie? How do I define the calorie? See, it is the energy required to raise the temperature of 1 gram of water by 1 degree Celsius between what? Between 14.5 degrees Celsius to 15.5. This 1 degree has to be between 14.5 to 15.5. Okay, so that amount of energy is nothing but calories. Okay, now why are we using the specific temperature difference? Because the energy required in the other ranges are slightly different. That's why we specify it. Okay, so this covers the dew point and humidity. There are many scientific questions related to the dew point, and that would be asked as a scientific, give a scientific reason. Okay, so that's what we have done today. If you like my video, do give a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, and do not forget to share it with your friends.